Ja som Anna Laduserová.
A ja som Livia Koneval.
Vítame vás pri dnešnom letnom vysielaní Slovak Spectrum. Na dnešnom programe máme pre vás zábery z Dňu detí, z výstavy Jozefa Cincíka a taktiež privítame u nás štúdiu vzácneho hostia. Náš program ukončíme s listom oznamov o udalostiach v našej komunite a s blahoželaním našim jubilantom. Pripravte si pero a papier, aby vám dôležité dátumy neušli.
Nedávno, už ako tradične každý rok, aj tohto roku sme koncom mája oslavili v Parku Británia Deň detí. A teraz pár záberov od našeho Juraja Frajkora z Dňu detí v Parku Británia Trolley Station. Veľmi viditeľné, ako generácia mladých žien a matiek sa stará o to, aby slovenská komunita bola viditeľná a prítomná v našom hlavnom meste Kanady v Ottawe. Oslava Dní detí tohto roku bola požehnaná s vynikajúcim počasím, slniečko svietilo a k dobrej nálade a k aktivitám detí tým pádom nič nechýbalo. Boli sme svedkovia odovzdávania štafety staršej generácie tej mladšej. Mladé dievčatá, ktoré ešte nedávno boli malé, a pamätáme si ich my, staršia generácia, ako v náručí rodičov nedávno oni prichádzali na piknik. Dnes pomáhali okolo detí malovať, hrať sa s loptou a či vyrobiť nejaké umelecké dielo. Na pikniku nechýbali chutné slovenské jedlá a výmena hračiek. Túto aktivitu najmä privítali noví Slováci prichádzajúci do Kanady. Bolo taktiež počudovaniu hodné byť svedkom toho, ako si deti dokážu prehadzovať reči medzi angličtinou, francúzštinou a materinským slovenským jazykom. Piknik usporiadaný ku Dňu detí sa tohto roku opäť vydaril. Ďakujeme usporiadateľom, učiteľkám, mamičkám a všetkým, čo sa zúčastnili a tak pomáhajú udržiavať slovenské zvyky, tradície a obyčaj.
Výstava Jozefa Cincíka bola v Ottawe a v Toronte koncom mája a začiatkom júna. Ak sa vám na výstavu nepodarilo prísť pozrieť, výstavu pána Jozefa Cincíka vám teraz trošku priblížime.
I would like all welcome you here this evening. Dean Levkovitz, Professor Stolarik, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Milan Kolar, Ambassador of Slovakia. I would like all welcome you here at the exhibition of Jozef Cincík, the Renaissance man. And I would like also to express my gratitude to the Ottawa University and the Library of Ottawa University and Archives of Ottawa University for giving us the opportunity to present this exhibition on this academic soil. It is the first time this exhibition is presented outside of the Slovak territory, and it is significant that this happens in North America, since Jozef Cincík was an important personality within the Slovak emigration community, both in the United States and Canada. His fingerprints are still to be found on artistic decorations on different sacral structures and national halls, and on also plenty theoretical works in libraries all over the two countries. So after Ottawa, this exhibition will be moved and presented in Toronto, later on in Washington, D.C., New York, and I believe also in Los Angeles. The title of this exhibition is Jozef Cincík, the Renaissance Man. Why the Renaissance Man? Well, this exhibition was prepared by the Slovak National Library, and itself it gives the answer. As you are about to learn, he was well versed in very different kinds of art and science, and by some historians he is even a little bit exaggerated but called the Slovak Leonardo da Vinci. While Jozef Cincik, a visual artist, illustrator, graphic designer, art historian, stage designer, editor, and university professor, was born on March 8, 1909, at his parents' adopted abode at Klopodia in Romania. After the family returned to Slovakia in 1914, he attended the elementary and grammar schools in Slovakia, or what is today Slovakia, and he graduated in law from the Charles University in Prague. The resume of Jozef Cincik was as full as was his life. After 1932, he worked at the Matica Slovenska institution as an officer and later as secretary of the artistic division, also managing the state office for the protection of historical monuments for Central Slovakia, and simultaneously studying philosophy and art at Comenius University in Bratislava. Jozef Cincik illustrated books and publications, graphically edited Matica's publications, elaborated designs of Slovak postal stamps, and participated in the design of Slovak banknotes. He was co-founder of the Slovak Chamber Theatre, and he was also artistic advisor for the designing of stages and costumes for both theatre and movies. Cincik also contributed to the foundation of the Neographia printing house, and he was an artistic advisor for the design of stages and costumes for the director's Fritz's movie Jánosík, which was the Slovak national hero or the Slovak Robin Hood, as well as the other plays staged by the Slovenský spevokol folklore group. Cincik also published expert studies and monographs in art history. In 1945, he immigrated to the United States, where he gave lectures on archaeology and sacred art history. Subsequently, he worked as an independent artist on church interiors and other sacral structures. Cincik died in Danville, United States on January 28, 1992. So we commemorate this year actually the 20 years of his death. And he was buried at the National Cemetery in Martin, Slovakia. I would like also to say that in November 2006, the Slovak Post issued the stamp honoring Jozef Cincik. Along with the portrait of Cincik, the stamps also has motifs based on stamps designed by himself, the Slovak princess. We can find one of these panels as well. So please enjoy this evening exhibition. I do believe that you will find it very interesting. I would like to thank you for your attention, and let me give the floor to Professor Stolarik, who would say also some words about Mr. Cincik. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. I just want to let you know that we happen to have here at the University of Ottawa, in the Slovak archives, Dr. Cincik's papers. We were lucky enough to get them through Dr. Jozef Staško, who lived in New York City and who collected the archives of a lot of Slovak emigres, post-war emigres, and he managed to also get a hold of Dr. Cincik's archive, and then he turned it over to us. And we have an example of some of his work, some of his archive right here, so you can have a look at it. If you'd like to delve more into him, well, you can come and visit our Slovak archive, and you can ask to see the Cincik collection. And Lucy over here, our archivist, Lucy Desjardins, who's in charge of the archive, will be glad to help you to find anything you want. There's one thing missing in the case, which I wish they had put in, but they didn't know, and that is until the Slovak Republic became independent in 1993, we, the Slovaks in the West, used the Slovak emblem, which he designed. He designed the Slovak emblem. It still hangs in many Slovak homes all across the United States and Canada. And we have an example of it downstairs, but Lucy didn't know about it. Otherwise, I would have asked her to put it into the case as well. So ever since Slovakia became independent, they had their own herald, redesign it, let's put it that way. Redesign it. It's not very different from what he did. It's actually very close from what he did, but I wish we had had it. Anyways, I'm glad you all came. I'm glad we have a chance to see this exhibit. And I hope that some of you will come and do some research in the Slovak archives. Thank you.
Tak povedzte nám, kto je vlastne Jozef Cincík?
Jozef Cincík, stručne ocharakterizovať Jozefa Cincíka je veľmi zložité, pretože nie je to ani maliar, ani karikaturista, ani výtvarník, ani architekt, je to všetko. On je príkladom, skutočne tak, ako sa volá výstava Jozef Cincík, renesančný človek. On je, dá sa povedať, polyhistor. Bol to všestranne talentovaný umelec, ktorý sa veľmi angažoval počas prvej Československej republiky aj počas Slovenskej republiky do roku 1945, ktorý následne odišiel do emigrácie. A je veľká škoda, že od roku 1945 asi do konca komunistického režimu v podstate pre Československo tento človek neexistoval. Tak ako každý, kto opustil svoju krajinu. Bol to skutočne veľmi všestranne nadaný umelec, napríklad vyrobil návrhy poštových známok Slovenskej republiky, spolupracoval alebo vyrobil bankovky Slovenskej republiky, robil scenografiu prvému prvému filmu Jánoši, v ktorom zažiaril Paľo Bielik a dokonca režisérovi odporúčil Aničku Hajdukovú, ktorá sa stala slávna tým, že dostala hlavnú ženskú úlohu v tomto filme. Čiže on bol veľmi všestranne nadaný a angažoval sa a bol to slovenský intelektuál. To je asi najlepšia charakteristika tohto umelca.
A ako sme sa my dostali tu v Otave, že táto výstava vlastne sem prišla?
Výstava bola vytvorená v roku 2009 k storočnici narodenia Jozefa Cincíka a autorom je Slovenská národná knižnica, ktorá po tom, čo výstava prešla Slovenskom, výstavu ponúkla pre ministerstvo zahraničných vecí. A keďže Jozef Cincík bol dobre charakterizovaný ako človek dvoch svetov, prvý svet skončil koncom druhej svetovej vojny na Slovensku a druhý svet bol v Severnej Amerike, to znamená v Spojených štátoch a v Kanade, v čase emigrácie. Čiže ako človek veľmi známy v Kanade a v Spojených štátoch medzi slovenskou komunitou, tak výstava bola ponúknutá veľvyslanectvu na to, aby sme mohli odprezentovať, že tento človek skutočne je náš, je to Slovák a sme na neho právom hrdí.
Ďakujem.
V štúdiu teraz privítame mladú slovenskú spisovateľku, ktorá ako 9-ročná napísala svoju knihu názvom Dangerously Yours. Doroty Babiákovú. Doroty si môžete zakúpiť na jej web stránke, ktorá je uvedená na obrazovke a dúfame už čoskoro aj v obchodoch ako Chapters.
I would like to welcome a young talented writer who came to the studio to tell us a little bit about her passion, and her name is Dorothy Babiakova. Hi, Dorothy. So Dorothy, let me ask you first, how old are you?
I will be 13 this October.
So 13 and already a writer, that's great.
Thank
so
you.
tell us a little bit about your passion. Why do you like to write?
I think that I like to write because there's not very many rules in writing other than spelling and punctuation and grammar. I sort of just get to do whatever I want and I get to make everything up myself. And I just find that's where I can be really creative with what I'm doing.
That sounds good. What have you written so far?
Well, I have a computer in my room that I just use for writing, and I have a lot of stories on there. Like, I have a lot. If I think of an idea, I'll write it down and I'll start it as a story, but I probably won't finish it. I mean, there's only a few that I really like and that I really continue.
So, do you have any books out yet?
Well, I have one called Dangerously Yours, Katie Thompson, and that's about a secret agent, and that one's out, and I published that one. I think it just came out in January, and I've been selling it to mostly just people that I know, and I have a website, so I've just been trying to market that, and I'm working on a few other books as well.
So, I'm just going to quickly show. This is the book that Dorothy just finished. How long does it take to write a book?
Well, I think that it's a bit of an exception for this book because I wrote it in grade 5 and I wrote it in a notebook. So, and then I found it a year later when I was in grade 6. And then I read it through and then I edited it and then I said, I want to publish this. So I sent it off to 6 different publishers. And I got one reply, and that was the one that said yes. So I had a meeting, and after that, they just said that they liked my manuscript after I gave them the full script, and so then I published the whole thing. But I mean, editing and preparation and everything takes a while. I mean, the cover, I drew all of it myself. Like I did the design, and so I had to draw it up and think of it, but my family was a really big help too because they helped me with it.
So what do you find the most difficult?
I find that the most difficult about writing in general is, I think that the last part, the marketing, would be the hardest because I'm not one of those people that go around saying, woohoo, I wrote a book, so I don't...
Maybe you should.
I don't know, it's just... Because, I mean, I'd like for people to know about it because I know that some people might be interested, but it's hard raising awareness. And at my school, my friends are always all like, oh, yes, I want to buy a copy, but then, I mean, they always forget.
So since we are talking about marketing, where can readers or whoever is interested, where can they buy your book?
Well, I do have it on the chapter's website, but it's better if you go to my website, which is www.dorothybooks.com, and that is where I have everything. And it's better to just get a copy from me because I have a lot in stock at my house, so it's just the best if they get it like straight from me. So.
Mm-hmm. So what do you find the most fun about writing a book?
I think the most fun about writing the book is the actual writing process, and I think the actual part is just writing the whole book. And it's a really happy feeling that you get when people say that they want to publish it because it's just something really great about knowing that they like it.
Who is your biggest help in your work?
Well, I think that everybody evenly contributes to the helping of my book. I guess I'd say my family because, I mean, my family's been helping me so much. I mean, they help me with the writing, the drawing, the cover, basically everything except for the actual writing part. So.
And what do you think, who would be the main readers of your book? Would be also adults who would be interested maybe?
I'm not sure if adults would be interested in my book. I think that in books, the age that the main character is, that's mostly the age span. So I think that maybe girls and boys from about maybe 10 to 14, 15 might be interested.
Oh, okay. Who do you suggest the writing and the pictures and all the cover all by yourself? I see that there are a few drawings in the book.
Yes, I did do. I started off with about 10 illustrations because I drew them in my notebook, but in there I drew a lot. And when I actually got down to the real illustrating part, it was really hard because I had to draw them on paper and then scan them, and maybe there would be a smudge on the paper, so I had to fix all of that. And then I had to edit it and like brush it off and make sure that it was perfect. So I ended up only using a few drawings, and the reason that I used a silhouette on the cover instead of an actual picture was because I wanted readers to visualize Katie Thompson in their minds rather than to see a picture.
Okay. Sounds really nice and looks very nice, very professional. I can see some drawings over here. And what are your plans for the summer? Oh, before I forget, where do you get your ideas?
I get my ideas from basically anything. I mean, I've been thinking I have one book that I'm writing that's set in England because I just love the UK and I love everything about it, and I love their slang, their food, just about everything there, and I would love to live there when I grow up. And I also think that it's really important for me to write a book about bullying because I've been through that before and I've been teased and I've been bullied, so I think that people should know about it. So
that's a good idea. And the last question, what are your plans for the summer?
Well, I'm actually going to Europe with my family, so I'm really excited for Paris because we might get to visit Paris, France, and I think that I'll get inspired a lot when I go there because there's so many sights to see, and I can't wait to see the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that.
Well, we wish you a lot of inspiration in
you.
Europe, a lot of success, and we
Thank
hope
you.
that you're going to come again to the studio to tell us all about your trip and your work.
I'd love to.
Thank you very much.
Teraz chceme zablahoželať nasledujúcim krajanom všetko najlepšie k ich narodeninám v mesiaci júl a august. Janka Morin Luzárová, Terézia Račeková, Janka Dejová, Pavol Svetík, Palino Korbel a Martin Plesník. V auguste Dominika Ďuriš, Jaroslav Ďuriš, Ján Zvalo, Matúš Raček, Pavel Fundárik, Marian Kotrec a Zuzka Palko. Našim jubilentom prajeme len to najlepšie, pohodu a hlavne dobré zdravie. Slovenské omše v lete budú mať prestávku. Naša budúca slovenská omša v kostole svätého Hyacinta bude až v septembri, a to výnimočne 3. nedeľu o 14. hodine popoludní.
Predsednička Kanadskej slovenskej ligy Marianne Doucette vám dáva na vedomie, že sa plánuje 32. konferencia Kanadskej slovenskej ligy. V piatok 26. apríla a v sobotu 27. apríla 2013 z príležitosti 80. výročia založenia Kanadskej slovenskej ligy a 70. výročia existencie novín Kanadský Slovák. Všetci ste pozvaní na gala večeru a tanečnú zábavu, ktorá bude v Delta Ottawa City Centrum na 101 Lion Street. A čestnými hostiami budú zástupcovia kanadskej a slovenskej vlády. V kultúrnom programe sa predstavia kanadskí umelci slovenského pôvodu. Ak by ste potrebovali podrobnejšie informácie, obráťte sa prosím na Marianne Doucette alebo na Martu Fuška na adresách uvedené na obrazovke.
Ako už je zvykom, nasledujúce dožinky v Ottave sa plánujú na sobotu 6. októbra. Všetci tancachtiví, zaznačte si dátum do kalendára. Ako v loni, hala svätého Antona je zaistená na sobotu 6. októbra. Podrobnosti vám ešte oznámime v našom budúcom programe a v Slovote.
Naše budúce vysielanie bude ako vždy 4. nedeľu v mesiaci o 11:30 do poludnia, v repríze nasledujúcu sobotu taktiež o 11:30 do poludnia. Dovidenia!
Sme radi, že ste si našli čas sledovať Slovak Spectrum aj dnes. Ak by ste sa so mnou chceli spojiť, volajte mi na číslo 613 228 9014 alebo pošlite mi e-mail na ladoan@rogers.com. Týmto končíme dnešný program. Ďakujeme vám za vašu pozornosť a prajeme vám všetkým krásne leto a bezpečnú dovolenku. Dúfame, že sa znovu uvidíme na budúci mesiac v dobrom zdraví. Dovidenia!
The Slovak Republic, Slovakia, is one of the youngest European countries. It was created in 1993 in a peaceful dissolution of Czechoslovakia and from 2004 has been a member state of the European Union and NATO. Slovakia lies directly in the heart of Europe. Its geographical centre is reportedly in the village of Kremnica Banja, near the church of St. John. Slovakia, with an area of 49,035 square kilometres, has 5.5 million inhabitants, and the capital city is Bratislava. Neighbouring countries of Slovakia are the Czech Republic, Poland, Ukraine, Hungary, and Austria. Slovakia is known for its natural beauties, cultural and historical monuments. Thanks to this wealth, several places in Slovakia were given international recognition and were enlisted into the UNESCO list of World Heritage. The objective of the International Programme of World Heritage governed by UNESCO, is to make a list of and protect cultural and natural places of remarkable importance as the common human heritage. The programme was founded by the Convention concerning the Protection of the World Cultural and Natural Heritage on the 16th of November 1972 in Paris. The Slovak Republic joined the Convention on the 31st of March 1993 through succession as the 134th country. There are 5 cultural landmarks and 2 natural sites of Slovakia enlisted in the UNESCO list of World Heritage. In 2005, also a unique folk musical instrument, Slovak fujara, and its music were inscribed into the list of the masterpieces of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. The historical centre of Badia Jor, the historical centre of Banska Štrenica and its technical monuments. Our extraordinary caves of Slovenský Kras, the inhabited mountain village of Vokalinec, the largest castle of Spišský hrad and its surroundings, the newly added historical town of Levoča and masterpiece of Master Paul. Primeval beech forests of the Carpathians and wooden churches in northeastern Slovakia are on this list.